Vanakkam. Welcome back to our course on SAP Materials Management. In this session, we will be discussing the master data used in materials management, that is procure to pay process. Master data contains records that are stored in database for longer period of time. These are stored centrally and used and processed on a cross application basis. Because of this, we don't have any multiple storage or redundancy of data. Hope you remember ERP have single source of data, right? That is what the master data. Before going into session, let us discuss the answers for the questions we raised in the last session. Which is the highest element in the organization structure? Answer is client. A client represents the highest element of the SAP organization structure. A client is an organizational and legal entity in the SAP system. The master data protected within the client, right? Because when you handle master data, only within that client you can handle it. You cannot handle it from another client. A client has its own set of tables and user data. The objects which are either client dependent or client independent. So client independent and dependent objects are available. How many company codes a plant can be assigned? A plant can be assigned to one company code only, but a company code can have many plants. This is the company to plant is one to many, but a plant to company is one-to-one relationship only. How many store locations can be created in a plant? You can create any number of store locations, but please pay attention to this because there are some organizations who create huge number of store locations in their system, then they are struggling. That has to be set right. What are the different kind of purchasing arrangements? The purchasing can be done centrally to manage all the companies and plants, or decentralized purchase where the purchasing can be done for each company, or there is a decentralized purchase for each plant. So these three kind of things are there, and also we saw that how the organizations are planned in the last session. Can a purchase organization be assigned to multiple plants? Yes, purchase organizations can be assigned to multiple plants directly or through company codes. What is purchasing group? Purchasing group is a key for a buyer or group of buyers responsible for purchasing activities. So they are doing the day-to-day operations, and it is an independent entity, and the purchasing group need not be assigned to any other organization element in SAP. So one purchasing group can be used in many purchase organizations or many plants. What is the recommended organization element level to evaluate the material? So materials can be evaluated in a company code level or plant level. It is recommended to evaluate material at the plant level, but this will be decided by the FI team in discussion with the CFO of the organizations. We will discuss the different master data required to make transactions and also processes in procure to pay process or in materials management. The material master and vendor master, that is business partner, are the most important master data in the procurement process. When we create purchasing records, system facilitates data entry by copying the data from existing master records as default values into the purchasing documents. It also copies data such as unit of measure, material short text, and other details from material master record. Data in the business partner records includes the address and payment details. We can store data for particular material, for example, delivery time, purchasing price on vendor basis in the purchasing info record. And these things are going to the purchasing process. Apart from this, there are two other master data which are required, which are bill of materials and production version. Why bill of materials is required? This is for the subcontracting process. And when you're using bill of materials, maintaining production version is mandatory in S4HANA. So that also has to be maintained. We will discuss all these master data in the coming sessions. A material master is whatever the company wants to maintain as an inventory item. Examples of material item are like finished goods, semi-finished goods, components, raw materials, production resource tools, spares, consumables, and many other items. Trading goods, those things. Also the packaging items. Creating and maintaining the metal master is a collective responsibility of all the departments. Every department should contribute because the data are arranged in views. So each one has to fill. For example, salespeople should fill the details related to sales. Purchasing should relate the details to the purchasing details. So the metal master is logically structured in such a way that everybody can maintain the detail accordingly. That each user department has the own view, as I said, right? For example, data related to accounting, sales, finance, everyone will have their own views. And there are some views which are having organization dependent and organization independent views are there. For example, basic view has the basic details about the materials like a basic unit of measure, cross and net weight, volume, product hierarchy. So these are organization independent details. There are some organization dependent details. For example, sales details or the purchasing details. These are the things which are available as organization dependent items. Material master record is company's main source of material specific data. It is used by all components in SAP. The integration of metal data in single database object prevents the problem of data redundancy. Every area such as purchasing, inventory management, materials planning, invoice verification, they are all using the data from the metal master. For example, purchasing data is used for ordering purpose. Inventory management data is used for posting goods movements and managing physical inventory. Accounting data used for material valuation. MRP data are used for material requirements planning. Since materials are processed by various user departments within a company, each department stores different information for the materials. So the metal master is subdivided into information grouped by user department. That is what the views. We are seeing different views here. The data maintained within the view may be valid for more than one organization level also. The structural logic that applied to vendors and customer is also valid for metal master records because there is a structure in the business partner. Similarly, the structure way it is arranged a metal master. So SAP provides a lot of proper steps in the views depending on the functionality which is required. Accordingly, the views have to be maintained. Here we can see the overview of the plant dependent and the plant independent views of metal master. That is organization dependent and organization independent. The appearance of check mark in the column which denotes that the data you need to maintain for the given function. For example, basic 1 and 2, they are the organization independent data. Classification, they are organization independent data. Sales organization will have organization independent and related to sales and distribution details they have to maintain. And similarly, if you take purchasing, then plant related data has to be maintained. This is the continuation of the previous table where, for example, forecast, you have to maintain the data related to plant and store location. For scheduling, the data has to be maintained at the plant level. And then, for example, quality management to be maintained at plant level like that. So out of all these views, right, all the views, right, everything is closely integrated with each other. All the views are closely integrated with each other. Now you can see that now each view is giving data to metal master. From there they are taking also. They are all giving and taking from each other. And the core views for metal management, that is a procure to pay processes, are purchasing view, MRP views, plant store location views. In addition, accounting view is also highly integrated with MM to define the valuation class. Business partner. Whoever doing business with organization or business partners. These include the supplier or vendor, customer or any individual. Until ECC, master data for each function were created separately. In SAP S/4HANA, the business partner has become the leading object and single point of entry to maintain supplier, that is a vendor, or customer master data. This approach makes the master data maintenance easier and achieves harmonization among various business process functions. So as we said, a business partner can be a person or group of people or the organization. We can create business partner in different roles. Those things we'll discuss now. Compared to ECC, SAP ECC transactions, maintenance of customer and supplier data are now maintained through the SAP business partner, and this is giving a lot of advantages. So what is the business partner? Business partner is a legal entity represented by one business partner. A business partner may be a supplier, it may be a customer, or it may be an individual. A business partner allows maintenance of multiple addresses with the corresponding address usages. Also in SAP ERP, one supplier or one customer could only be associated with one vendor account group, but with the business partners, multiple roles can be associated. Maximum data sharing and reuse of data leads to easier and simplified data consolidation. Also, the general data of business partner is available for different business partner roles, while specific data is stored for each role. Multiple relationship for the same business partner can be maintained. Time dependency, different sub-entities like role, address, other things can be maintained. During SAP implementation project, and due to the integrated nature of business partner, material management along with the FI, it is highly recommended to work together because there are many finance related information are maintained in the business partner. So the general data or the address or the payment terms are maintained by the individual function like purchasing or sales, but all other things are related to accounts related. So a close coordination between finance and purchasing for a business partner as a vendor, and finance and sales for the business partner as sales is required for both configuration and maintaining the master data of business partner. Purchase info records maintain the concise information on a vendor, that the material what we procure from the vendor. Purchase info record is an important source of information for the buyer, enabling the buyer to determine the list displays which vendor often a metal or which metals can be procured for a particular supplier. The data can be stored and maintained in various records like a current and future prices, conditions like freight condition, discounts, delivery details, planned delivery lead time, supplier data like contacts, text, all those things. When we create purchasing documents, for example, purchase order or contract, system displays the data maintained in the info record as default values. And when you are procuring one material from different vendors, for example, material one, vendor one, here we are seeing as a one purchasing info record. The same material, if you are buying from vendor 2, then purchasing info record 2 has to be created. So the same material, if you are buying from two different vendors, then two info records has to be created. Similarly, from one vendor, if you are buying two materials, then two info record have to be created. So it is a unique combination of one material and vendor is a info record. Info records can be maintained at different organization levels as shown here, like a client level, purchase organization level, and a plant level. Purchase info records have general data, purchasing organization data, and plant data. It is like structured. When you create a purchase order, system searches for valid information record for the purchasing organization and the plant combination. If no such information record exists, the system will search the details from the purchase organization. In organizations, sourcing can be done from a single source or multiple source. Both the methods can be followed. A single source of material means each material that is purchased, only one vendor is used. Some companies spend great deal of effort to negotiate single source contract to reduce the cost of items they purchase. Right. So this is giving some advantages to the user departments and also to the purchase departments. Two kind of benefits. One is a compatibility, another is economic condition. Compatibility means the requisitioner may have a valid reason to purchase a particular material which was purchased previously if no other vendor can supply the requisitioner with a compatible material. Right, you can get that specific material with a specific quality only from that specific supplier for some specific reason. They have to justify this. That is compatibility. Another one is called the economic condition. So the economic condition is the requester can use the economic justification where a single source of material will give lot of economical advantages. Opting for the lowest price is not always the most economical way, but there are other advantages like a performance, cost of incidentals, the time to take vendor to deliver the product, like that. They have to be taken like the total cost of ownership instead of just purchasing price, taking the total cost of ownership. That may be the economic reasons. So single source may be based on compatibility or based on economic condition. Multi-sourcing is where the purchasing departments are buying a material from different vendors. So normally it is better to buy from a single source so that we can have better control. But to avoid any more dependency on a particular vendor, companies will go for different vendors. So here, when the different vendors are there, means subsequently a source list will be maintained. So this source list is having what is a validity period. If there is a scheduling agreement, what is the scheduling agreement, and whether it is a fixed supplier, and also whether it is blocked. Those kind of details will be maintained in the multi-sourcing method. Bill of materials is a complete, formally structured list of components that make a product for assembly. The list contains the item number for each component together with the quantity and unit of measure. Why do we talk about bill of material here? Bill of material here for material management, it is used for the subcontracting process. In general, the bill of material is used for planning purpose, MRP, work scheduling, procurement, and product costing purpose. Here, when we are talking about procurement, it is to explore the bill of material and get what is the required component required, and also for subcontracting process. Because when doing the subcontracting process, you supply one component or material, get back another material. So for this, we need to maintain the bill of material. Actually, production version is the combination of BOM and routing for a particular material. For example, one material may have two bill of material produced through one routing. So there are two production version. Or one bill of material can be produced through two routings. So there will be another two production version. Examples are shown here. So a different combination of bill of material and routing for the same material, we can have different production versions. So for material management, that is procure to pay, creation of production version is required to have combination of material and routing only. Material and routing only. There is no need of material and BOM only. Sorry. In materials management, in procure to pay, the production version will be created only with the combination of material and bill of material. There is no need of linking routing. But it is mandatory in S4HANA. In this session, we discussed material master views, business partner, briefing on business partner, purchase info record, source list, bill of material, production version. All these things we'll see in detail in the coming sessions. Now let us go through the quiz of this session 2.6. List out different views maintained in Metal Master, at least 5 views. Give few examples of organization dependent parameters and organization independent parameters in Metal Master. Vendor master and customer master are combined and treated as one master. What is the name of this master? A material can have more than one purchase info record. True or false? Production version is mandatory in S4HANA. true or false. So this is the quiz for this session. Answers we'll discuss in the next session. So in this session, we discussed a brief introduction about various master data required in the procure to pay process. So next, in the next session, we discuss a business case, how to develop and why should we develop business case for SAP training purpose, and also for this course, what is the business case we develop, so that you can also develop the business case similarly, start to practice it. And please give your feedback to improve the flow and contents of our sessions, and also suggest your colleagues and friends to subscribe to our channel. Thank you. See you in the next session. Until then, bye.